It's Alicia Nichols, and I was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma that was estrogen positive, and I was delivered the news on July the 12th, 2018. I had just moved here. I moved here February the 5th, 2018. And in June, I had gone to have a mammogram. And they called me back a week later. They called me and they said, "Miss Nichols, we really need you to come back because we saw something on there we don't like." And I thought, well, it can't be anything. It's got to be a cyst. So I did. I went back and they did another mammogram and they did an ultrasound. And they kept shaking their heads and they said, "We're going to send you to Touro. We're going to send you to Touro Imaging on Napoleon." So they did. So I went over to Touro Imaging on Napoleon and they kind of looked at it and they said, Then a week later, I went and had a biopsy, and a week later, July the 12th, they called me in. And I was on my way to work and they said, "Miss Nichols, it's cancer." And I said, "What?" They said, "You have cancer in your left breast." I thought, I've only just moved here. I've only been here 3 or 4 months now, 4 or 5 months, whatever it was. I hadn't been here long. And I have no family here, none, nobody. I'm sitting in her office thinking, I have cancer. I've got to be at work at 11 o'clock. I can't have cancer. It turned out, after they did the biopsy, that they found out it was stage 1. I was very lucky, it was very small. They did an MRI, and the day I had the MRI done, I was over there at Touro Imaging on Napoleon, and I was sitting in the waiting room, waiting for them to call me back. And I was pretty devastated at this point. And I picked up a magazine, and it was an Oprah Winfrey magazine, and I opened it up, and I was flipping through it, and all of a sudden these words came out of an article. Now I don't even know if these words were actually in the article or not, because I was so shocked. But these words came up from the page that said, "The will of God will never take you where the grace of God will not protect you." And I just sat there, and then the words kind of like went back. And I looked up, and when I looked up, I was just looking at a regular magazine. It was just a regular magazine. And they called my name a few minutes after, like maybe 30, 40 minutes after that. And I set the magazine down and the first thing Dr. Colfrey said to me was, "Well, we're going to have to set you up an appointment for the surgery." He said, "We're scheduling your surgery for August 16th. I had the surgery on the 16th. My daughter was due at the end of September. I had already told them, I said, "Listen, my daughter's going to have a baby. Can we put off the radiation until after she has the baby?" And they said yes. So I went home for the birth of the baby, came back, and I started my radiation. I think it was October 5th. Never had to have chemo because I wasn't that far along. I could not have asked for a better group of doctors. I had Dr. Colfrey. I couldn't have handpicked him. I didn't know anything about the man, but I was blessed. I love Touro. It's like my home away from home. I've had to come for physical therapy because I developed lymphedema in my arm from the lymph nodes being cut out. When I went into rehab, they were great. Those girls down there are amazing. I have great doctors. I've met some great friends. I love Paula. She's awesome over there. I am a mom. I'm a grandmom. I'm a friend. I'm a survivor. But I really feel like my cancer was for a reason, but I haven't figured out the reason yet. But it may be that I need to be the voice for future generations.